Kira, don't you just love back to school season?
Yeah, I mean, football games, homecoming, spirit week, the leaves are changing, and don't even get me started on pumpkin spice. Actually, Dodie, where's my latte? Thanks. Hazelnut? This isn't pumpkin spice.
Yeah, you know hazelnut, the best flavor.
Hazelnut. Oh my god, the worst. Anyways, being a senior is not all it's cracked up to be.
Let me guess, senioritis already?
So you're not gonna finish it? Can I have it?
No, Dodie, we're trying to film a show here.
I mean, now that you mention it, yes. I mean, no. It's just that I'm drowning in college applications.
Yeah, well, I know a segment that might help.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Our first segment covers the college fair produced by my co-host and dear friend, Kira Simmons. Let's check it out.
It was beneficial because I got to talk to colleges and see what they had to offer and stuff they had there.
Me as a senior, because I already have most of my colleges that I'm applying to picked out, but I think as a junior it was more beneficial to me to discover more colleges that I hadn't heard of yet.
The college fair is definitely beneficial to me just because I got to see some new schools that maybe I wasn't interested in, and they were there. I was able to talk to the representatives for their schools.
I feel like it was beneficial to expose me to more colleges that I didn't know about beforehand.
Just that I got to see a bunch of schools and like get an idea of what specific schools have to offer, and like I was able to ask questions that I probably wouldn't be able to figure out if I just looked it up.
No, I would say that since I'm applying to a lot of schools that are further away, most of the schools at the fair were local, so there was only about one or two that I was applying to.
Only one or two of the schools I wanted to apply to were there because most of the schools I want to go to are in the West.
Most of them, there are a couple of them that I didn't see that were on the list, but most of them were there.
I think they should add more schools that are like not on the East Coast, because I feel like there's also a good amount of kids that kind of don't want to stay nearby, so I feel like they should add schools that are like more out west.
I would say what could be improved is getting more colleges from different regions of the country, because that would reach more kids and their interests.
One thing I feel like could be done better is getting students to interact with the representatives.
Probably just the addition of more schools, just because everyone that I was applying was not there, so maybe just the addition of a couple more schools.
My favorite part of the fair was probably like getting the one-on-one time with the people who know about the admissions process and all the things about the school.
Like look more into this one school from Rhode Island just because they had a good program for my major.
I talked to them about athletics and it helped me make a better decision on what I wanted to do in college.
My favorite part was just having like the face-to-face contact, because you know everyone gets these like college emails for every school, but actually talking to a person was definitely beneficial.
My favorite part was getting to see what different schools had to offer from like what I know. Like there was this one school who told me about a program they had of like service in like the desert or somewhere that was really interesting to me and something I didn't know about, and it was a fun break from class.
Wow, Kira, great job. Even though some of the schools I'm applying to weren't there, there were some great local options, and it's a nice way to get students involved and interested in the applications process early.
Thanks, Caitlin. But you know, before we go to college, we have to graduate high school, and then we become KHS alum. Which reminds me, Kinnelon recently hosted the class of 1974 as a part of their 50-year high school reunion weekend festivities.
Let's find out more, as our next segment was produced by Jack Doty and additional coverage was provided by Alex Danielle. In this feature, we catch up with one of our very own KHS teachers, grad and resident Mr. Panola, whom hosted and played tour guide for the reunion class while showcasing school improvements since 1974. With more, here's the video.
So today was the 50th reunion, the KHS class of 1974. so my friend Judge Woobenhorst reached out to me to give the tour, so it was really a great opportunity to be back at school, not just, you know, as a teacher here, but also talking about my own time at KHS, and then taking them to the new wing. It was just a really nice opportunity to relive a lot of memories and kind of see what's become of the school in the town.
It's totally different. Gym twice the size or 3 times the size. The facilities so much more modern and actually really nice.
Wow, everything. The new gym, the new wing, the new field. There's so much. Our building was fine. It was built, you know, in the 60s, and we were maybe 10 or 15 years after that, 10 years later. But just the improvements are amazing here. When we were here, there were no computers yet. It was typewriters, and we learned how to type, and those skills stayed with us for the computer age. We had no cell phones. Our phones were attached to our houses with wires, and we had a rotary dial. So here you now have charging stations and all kinds of things. So the technology here and the building is just wonderful.
I had a few. I would say Mr. Heaney for history. I liked him. He was very interesting. Chemistry teacher, Mr. Wynn. I liked him. He was a lot of fun. And teacher, Mr. O'Rourke in history was very entertaining and very informative, and I enjoyed his classes.
I think my favorite was the Scottish math teacher, Mr. Love.
Oh yeah,
right? Mr. Love. Yeah, he was terrific, and he had a Scottish ditty for me one time. He said when they called the office, they called the classroom and asked me to go down to the office, the teacher's office, the vice principal's office. Picked the phone up. Is there a phone in the school today? Anyway, there's a phone by the door. He listened. He hung it up, and then he said, turned around into the class and he said, "They seek him here, they seek him there. They seek and never get. That damned elusive Drew Barnett." And then he said, "You go down to the principal's office." So he sent me down. I never forget that.
Well, you may not remember any of them, but for me it was Jerry Raymond, who was a social studies teacher and a wonderful man, and Rich O'Rourke, who was a character, also a great sociology and economics teacher. And but there's so many that were wonderful. The English department, the math department. I wasn't the greatest math student, but I can honestly say there wasn't a teacher that we didn't care for and really respect. I had a red Chevy Bel Air that had no radio. You had to hit the dashboard. It had a dent in every fender, and I don't know where it is. It's probably recycled metal by now, and in one of your iPhones.
For me, it was a simple 74 Pontiac Catalina, 73.
On the edge of high school, I had a Shelby Mustang right at the end, which was kind of unheard of, but and I sold it to a guy here, and I think he still has it. I wish I still had it. It's worth. I sold it for $2,400, and now it's probably worth, I don't know,
100 times.
$80,000 or $100,000. So.
Unforgettable.
Terrific. It was really good. Yeah. Great people. You know, everybody was trying. The teachers really mostly were trying. You know, that's the thing. If they're committed to you, then you feel like you have a commitment to them.
Because I had a good foundation.
Yeah, it was just a great learning experience from not just the book learning, but just, you know, life learning.
I am proud to be a KHS graduate because I care about people and family and community, and that's why I'm still here. I went away to school, but I returned to Kinnelon to live and raise my family.
I am proud to be a KHS graduate because I got a wonderful education here. I had a wonderful experience. I met my best friends in this district. I met my best friends in this school, people who I still talk to. So really, in so many ways, the best parts of my life really started at this building.
Nice job, Dodie. Good to know your production skills are better than your coffee making skills. And how fun to hear from our alum as they share what makes KHS so special. Thank you to all of the alumni and to Mr. Pinola for lending his efforts and time assisting on the day.
Recently, a tremendous milestone was achieved by our very own Doc Racine, who has had an exceptional career as a teacher, coach, mentor, and artist. Doc and the girls' soccer team won an exciting overtime victory, earning Doc his 600th career victory as a head coach. With more, producer Everett Feinholz shares his coverage.
I'm here with Coach Stephen Racine, and he just had his 600th win in girls soccer in his entire career. How do you feel about that win?
I feel good about it. It's an accomplishment of a lot of people over the years with assistant coaches and players and parents coming together and making it happen. So it's a milestone. I'm glad it's done. So now we move to 601.
How does that help your team moving forward, having a tough win?
Well, I think it's good. We had a lot of kids not feeling well. Kids had been out sick and came in to play the game, and to come out and play like they did in the overtime and put everything together is, a sign that we're continuing to improve and get a little better every time we get on the field. So, winning a game in overtime, it takes some grit, and that was something that we needed to prove.
1, 2, 3, goals!
What made you come back for the third time after all the championships?
I took time off, one to finish my dissertation, then once to watch my daughters play. So I was an assistant coach for 5 years at other schools, and then when the former coach left, a couple kids on the team asked if I would consider coming back. So I said yes. I told them they didn't know what they were asking for, but I guess they're finding out.
If you weren't a history teacher and a coach, what would your career be?
I'm not sure. I might be making stained glass windows full time.
And having 600 wins in soccer with your stained glass project, what's your biggest victory in that?
In stained glass? I did 2 windows at the Reformed Church down the street. I did a window in a restaurant in Hoboken when I first started out back in 1982 that was 12 feet by 8 feet, which was kind of cool. My friend sold the restaurant, but the window's now in his dining room. So, I've had a few fun projects.
And lastly, who would you like to thank who's supported you along this journey?
Well, my family, first of all. When I came back this time, I ran it by my 3 daughters to see, because obviously it was going to continue to take time out of their lives. So they all agreed that I should come back. And then I think the administration at Kinnelon has been supportive, and that makes it easier. And my teams have always been supportive, so that makes it easier to go to practice every day.
Nice job, Everett, and we extend a huge congratulations to Coach Doc Racine. As the video shares, Doc has returned to the KHS sideline for the 3rd time in his career, each season providing the opportunity for our KHS girls soccer program to make new strides. Former players would surely agree. All those wins can only mean one thing.
You're old.
Well, joking aside, it really means that you have shared the same dedication for your students and players as well as the other arenas of your life. And whether it was victory number 1 or 600, it shows.
Great job, Doc. And to add a bit further, Coach Racine was recently recognized by Max Preps, a leading national public and prep high school sports resource, including Doc on a prestigious list as one of the best scholastic coaches of all time. What a tremendous honor. Staying with the sports team as a retired volleyball player.
Wait, retired? Didn't you quit?
No, Caitlin. As a retired volleyball player, the next segment is very near to me. Along with broadcasting the girls' volleyball game with my broadcast partner Luke Moriello, we also chat with a couple of the girls' volleyball team captains, Elisa Friedman and Maddie Chinini, and we discuss the annual Dig Pink game. Let's check it out.
Turn up the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby.
Dig Pink is this game that our team plays every year, and not only is it a match for us, but it's also an opportunity to raise money and raise awareness for breast cancer. And we do this by selling snacks and treats and t-shirts, and we end up raising a lot of money for the program.
Basically every year Kinnelon Girls Volleyball has a game, and we sell treats out front, we sell t-shirts and all things like that, and all the money that we raise and the money that we get from all the things that we're selling goes towards breast cancer awareness.
Something wrong, I hold my head.
My favorite part would definitely be before the game, because we spend the entire school day and after school just decorating the gym and setting everything up, and it's always a fun thing to do with the team.
I'm almost there, I'm on my way, headed up the stairs.
It means a lot to me because I've been going to these games since before I even played for Kinnelon High School volleyball, because our middle school teams would take us to watch the games. So it's kind of been a thing that I look forward to every year, and I know a lot of other people do, and it's for a good cause too, so it's nice. We team up with the Side Out Foundation, and it's basically just the way that we raise money, and it's a program that sends the money directly to breast cancer awareness. For the most part, it's stayed the same. I feel the culture and the traditions happen every year, but it's definitely gotten more exciting as I get older, because I kind of have gotten a bigger role for it, because now that I'm an upperclassman, I kind of lead with all of the decorating and all of the fundraising that we do.
Since my freshman year, I'd honestly say that it's become bigger. It's become more of a big deal, I guess, and more people come. We've also raised a lot more money than we have since freshman year.
Huge thanks to everyone who helped put our piece together. And as always, huge shout out to Coach Fink and the girls volleyball team, having raised over $30,000 over the last decade in an effort to help Breast Cancer Awareness Month with fundraising through the Side Out Foundation and big event during Spirit Week.
Incredible job by all, but I'm still not convinced you're retired. But anyways, Kira, can you believe this was our last KHS Spirit Week?
I know, hard to believe. It feels like just yesterday we were freshmen trying to figure out what the Spirit spot was.
Okay, let's just ignore the freshman year Spirit spot.
You know, Caitlin, I'm not so keen on your tone. I'm out.
Okay, looks like I'm finishing the show alone. Our next segment was filmed by Julie Bubico and produced by Jack Doty, and it covers all of our Spirit Week events here at KHS.
Huzzah! Are we talking about Spirit Week? Spirit Week is my favorite week of the school year. Let's watch it.
With you, my arms are wide, catching fire as the wind blows. I know that I'm rich enough for pride. I see $1 billion in your eyes, even if we're strangers till we die. I wanna run away. I wanna run away. Anywhere out this place. I wanna run away. Just you and you and you and just you and
Aside from Kira's wizard tantrum, thank you is extended to the KHS Student Council, as the students who helped support a fantastic week. Shout out Mrs. Destorius and Mr. Ortega, Mrs. Sapio, and our KHS custodial staff, all of the class advisors, and our KHS administration and staff that voted during the week. Kira?
Speaking of energy and spirit, our next segment comes to us from Mike Picallo and Adam W. They recently caught up with Mr. Stroud and the KHS Pep Band. Let's check out this feature. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Adam Shevardovsky, here with my co-producer Michael Piccolo, here to show you a behind-the-scenes look of the Pep Band. Here to start us off, we're going to go in with an interview with Mr. Stroud.
I love the Pep Band because it brings an aspect of school spirit to our high school, and it's just another kind of fun, unique musical outlet for our music students.
I think it's really fun and special because it's something that people look forward to at the games.
I think what makes the Pep Band so special is being able to bring, school spirit and a good atmosphere to the football games.
It just adds a little bit extra to the football games, and also it's a great community.
It's not really challenging conducting the Pep Band, it's more a challenge organizing and getting everything ready. It's a lot of copying music and filing and creating books for all the students, and then finding places to store the books for all the students, and then getting all the percussion equipment ready. And I'm really lucky that I have good student leaders that are willing to help and make the Pep Band run even more smoothly.
Well, I wanted to join Pep Band because I thought it would be pretty fun to be able to go to all the football games, and also I like the music and I feel like it's just a fun after-school thing.
I really got inspiration from a couple of movies and watching a lot of marching band because we don't have one, so I just thought it would have been fun to do that, but in the sense of a Pep Band.
I think my favorite memory is when I started the Pep Band, because the Pep Band was gone when I came here to start working in 2005, and the following year we started it back up again, and it was really cool. We had about 120 kids in the Pep Band. It was huge and it was really loud. It was just a really unique, cool experience that a lot of kids wanted to be a part of.
My favorite memory was kind of like hanging out during third quarter and halftime.
I would say playing in the fourth quarter of really close games, no specific game, but
it was a blast. Oh, it has to be Get Lucky. I love that song by Daft Punk.
I really like the KHS fight song because it's just a really good song and it's catchy. I like the last part of it.
My favorite song to play in the Pep Band's War Chant, just because I'm watching FSU a lot.
I also like Sweet Caroline because, I don't know, it's just fun. It's something people know and it's a vibe.
I love having the middle schooler kids join us, and it's only 8th graders. We only allow the 8th graders to come up, and it's a great opportunity for them to see what the program looks like from the inside, and it also gives them an opportunity to play with some high-level musicians.
I think it's really good to, have a good, extended, bigger Pep Band so we can have a bigger sound.
They do a lot, and it's very important for the success of the Pep Band and for how we could function. Mr. Smith, he plays tuba, and when Mr. Z's here, he could really help Mr. Stroud out.
It gives them an idea of what they have to look forward to.
That was some pretty neat stuff. Now let's go back to them with us asking, what's your least favorite instrument?
I don't know, maybe the hurdy-gurdy or the bagpipes? Maybe a poorly played bagpipe? I'm going to go with poorly played bagpipe.
Maybe the clarinet, just because you can't really hear them sometimes.
This is a hard question because I really like instruments. I have to say the gong because it's a little overwhelming and it can get really loud. But it's also kind of fun and whimsical.
Thank you, Mr. Stroud and the Pep Band students, for reaching out to us and getting interviewed. Thank you so much. Let's see you back at the studio.
I think it's time to blow this scene.
Great job with the video, boys. Awesome knowing that our KHS science teacher, Mr. Smith, jams with Mr. Stroud in the Pep Band.
Very cool.
And shout out to all of our musicians. Great job.
So that wraps up our...
Wraps up. We still have another segment. My Cam on the Street segment.
My?
Yeah, my, ours, potato, same thing. I don't know.
Roll the segment.
Maybe I should have said my. What is the best Halloween candy?
Wait, give me a minute.
Kit Kats.
Reese's Pieces. It's gotta be Twix, right?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Kit Kats.
Swedish Fish.
Skittles.
Snickers.
Twix. King Bar, Twixes.
Starburst. And what's the worst?
Almond Joy.
I agree with that. Those gumdrops.
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
Twizzlers.
Butterfingers.
Candy corn.
Yo, let me read it first.
It's up on your duvet.
Would you rather be a werewolf, vampire, or zombie?
Werewolf for sure.
Zombie.
Probably a zombie.
Vampire.
Vampire for sure.
Yeah, vampire.
A werewolf.
Vampire.
A vampire.
Can I say like witch?
Apple picking or pumpkin carving?
Apple picking.
Apple picking.
Apple picking. Pumpkin carving.
Apple picking.
Pumpkin carving.
Give us your best version of the Thriller dance. You can't push the host. I'm cutting that out. Spirit Halloween or last minute homemade costume?
Spirit Halloween.
Definitely last minute.
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween.
Homemade.
Spirit Halloween.
Okay. What's your homemade costume?
I'm a sheep.
Nice. True crime or horror?
Horror.
True crime.
True crime.
True crime.
Horror films.
True crime.
Horror.
True crime. Horror film.
Candy carrier of choice?
Just a pillowcase, I would say.
Backpack. A backpack. Pillowcase. Pillowcase.
Yeah, pillowcase.
A sack.
Probably a pillowcase.
You know, like the pumpkin basket? Like the pumpkin basket.
How many pounds of candy do you think is given out every year?
1 million.
Probably like 10 million.
Gotta be like 10,000.
100,000. 5. At least 6.
I'm gonna say like a billion.
No, the question was like.
I was off the time.
It's fine.
Probably like over 5 million bags.
Probably like a ton. Pounds.
Probably like 1 million.
What do you think is the most popular Halloween costume?
Football player.
Football or basketball player.
Oh, the angel and devil duo.
Eye black. You know, like just put an eye black on.
Ghost.
Clown.
A skeleton. A superhero.
Prisoner.
I feel like Catwoman's a big one this year.
When was the first Halloween?
1776.
1,000 years ago.
Maybe like the 1600s.
1750s. The Pilgrims.
That's crazy.
What? 15 something? 1800s.
1782.
1921.
It was actually 1312 when Joseph Halloween gave the first Halloween. He wore a pumpkin on his head and a skeleton costume.
When was the first horror film ever made?
100 years ago.
200 years ago.
1937, and it was called The Great Halloween Bash.
1333.
1902.
1932.
Frankenstein.
1934.
Finish this lyric.
So, what did you think?
Clever, funny, nice job. And Dodie, what's your favorite fall flavor Halloween treat?
Pumpkin spice.
Of course, Dodie.
Well, for our crew and everyone that contributed to the show, thank you for the support. We hope you all had an awesome start to the school year, and we will catch you all throughout the year.
Bye all. Solid show.
Solid show, but what was with the hazelnut?
Right? Plus, does he even like coffee? Like, I've never seen him drink it